Happy Wednesday, boys and girls. My name is Jeffery Scott Mitchell, or whatever day it is. I'm not 100%. Default route, default location, I'm not 100%. I'm sleeping too much. I have no motivation to do anything. I'm not in any pain. There's no discomfort. I have no problem, basically, doing nothing, just sitting there watching TV. Sometimes not even watching TV, just sitting in my recliner in the quiet and just sitting there, mute the TV, or just laying there on my bed watching ambient music, listening to ambient music with a space montage, fantasy abstract from YouTube video. There's definitely some things medically going on with me that I need to get checked out. I've been having these like chest pains. I didn't even want to say it out loud, basically, because it heart disease does run in my family through my father, somewhat, I believe, and there's always been concerns about my heart over the years, the rhythm of it or this or that. My blood pressure has been high lately, enough to where when I go see a professional or something, they would mention it, and it to the point it was high, even on my home monitoring, my home blood pressure machine. It was even high on that. It was so high on that that I figured it was broken. It was like, I was getting like maybe 140, 150 over 120 or something like that, pretty much regularly. And so I went into the doctor at work, the nurse, and they took it and they were like, whoa, this is high, dog. So, long story short, kind of cut through it. I quit smoking back a mile, thinking that's gonna bring it down. It's been about a week since I hadn't smoked, and there seemed to be a very little change, but a change nonetheless. It going down. It could probably take weeks, probably even take months. But also I was having like these chest pains. They don't feel like they're cardiac related. It's not like I lose my breath or feel like I'm being strangled or anything. It feels more like indigestion. But it comes at the weirdest times. And also if I stretch my back, stretch my sternum, stretch my rib cage and my shoulder blades and all that, it kind of alleviates the problem. Not alleviates, but it definitely has an effect on, I wouldn't even call it pain. It doesn't hurt. There's a couple times where I was laying down after eating or something, and it felt like I was going to not throw up, but like acid reflux or something. I don't even know what acid reflux is. Let me just say that. I don't know what that is. But it felt like something was trying to come up that way through more gastro, whatever. Can I say gastro integrity, whatever? That, up through the stomach. Then I think a couple times after I felt a little pressure or whatever it was, like it was processing something, I would burp and feel a little bit of relief, that way. So I don't think it's heart related, even though I could feel it pounding, but I've always felt my heart pound to the point where it would shake my body. It was pounding. And like I said, in the doctor years ago, for over years now, it's been years talking about, there's something funny about your heart. And they don't think, I had tests and checked everything. They didn't really find nothing. But I said, there's something, strange about it. They don't know if it was good or bad, or just like a way the rhythm of it or something. So, I want to check into that, get that taken care of. Also, my sinuses started to burn a little bit. I wonder if that's all that's related. I get pressure in the back of my neck, like muscle tension, it feels like. And then my nose is like a stinging sinus pressure or sinus irritation or something. But I'll go ahead and I'll take one CVS brand extra strength headache relief with caffeine. It knocks it out. And then when it's gone, I feel better. I can actually feel myself feeling so much better. I feel, wow, okay. I can actually feel better. It's noticeable. I feel like doing stuff and moving around even. So my ACA kicked in. Should be active. I gotta probably just see it. So I just need to sit down at the computer and do some administrative work. I haven't done none. I've done the minimal. Make sure all the credit cards are paid, make sure this is paid, make sure that's paid. There's some things I need to do because there's some big things coming up. And got to be ready for it. There's some stuff that's going to be coming up. Big time stuff. Major expenditures and whatnot. Thousands of dollars that I basically don't just got laying around, but do have access to. And see how this is going to play out. And also, capital gains. I'm going to get capital gains. I'm going to get a capital gains hit at the end of the year. And that's going to count as income. And that's going to adjust what I'm paying for my health care. Because right now, I'm being charged as if my income is only what I made up until at my last job and no other income for this year. And that's when I put down. And I got $77 a month for health care. It's probably going to double. That number's probably going to double. So, I mean, how much? The premium, the $77 a month may not double. It may even triple, or it could even go up higher. But my income, my actual income compared to what I put down may double. So, we'll go from there. Gotta pull some money out of my 401k. It's already turned to cash, so there shouldn't be taxes or any implications. That should be already handled. So, talk to my financial advisor about that, get that. It's like little stuff, you know. And especially touching base with the healthcare, find out who my doctor is, where my doctor's at, how do I get in touch, blah, blah. Because I probably need to go and have this chest pain looked at. It's been going on for a while, too. So, I don't know how the pre-existing condition thing works, but I never really talked about it at my previous healthcare people. So, even though it's been going on for a while, you know, since before I got this insurance, I never really brought it up. Never really got this bad to the point to where, you know, it's noticeable to the point to where, you know, I want to go, hey, let's go see what this is about. So, that and just other stuff I got to get. And also right now, feels like I got sinus or nasal clog. You know how sometimes you feel like it's clogged up and your ears feel funny when you're swimming or something, or water get in there or something like that? It kind of feels that way inside my nasal passages. Like there's something, water or something in there. Like I want to snort it up and spit it out. I can like feel it, like up in here, like up in this area, up in here, like. Just stuff I need to take care of. Other than that, I'm comfortable. There's no pain. And I keep wanting to bring up say that not doing nothing, literally not doing anything, doesn't hurt. It's not painful, or it's not uncomfortable. I got like there's no negative feelings from not doing anything. Perfectly comfortable just sitting there, looking at the TV, looking forward to just sitting. So like I said, I'm not really in any pain or discomfort to the degree I just don't have any motivation. Then every now and then, something will get my attention on Facebook and trigger me to want to do something like this, like that. I'm definitely still settling in to this retirement thing, not working. And more, I'm starting to think that my lack of communication with other human beings is having an impact on me. I don't know if that impact is good or bad, or, who knows? Is there a good or bad? Good or bad is so subjective. Good or bad has to be based on my intended outcome. What I want to do, what I want to accomplish, how I feel, really subjective. So, and like the pain or whatever, not even an ache or a pain, it's just a discomfort in my chest, like I need to stretch a muscle or something. It's not like I'm choking, I'm losing breath, or ready to pass out or nothing. More like indigestion. Oh, I'm still waiting on my senior citizen tap card. I'm gonna get that. That's gonna be fun. I ain't gonna have no problem with jumping on the bus and going somewhere for 35 cents. Kill some time, just be out. I just don't feel like doing it. Like tomorrow, I'm supposed to go to the undisclosed location for a few days. Very not looking forward to that. I gotta figure out how to turn that into something productive, motivating. I really don't want to do that. That's just not fun. It's just not fun taking elder care. It's just not fun. In fact, I was even saying to the people also involved in it, it's kind of horrible being in that situation. It's definitely not festive. It's definitely not something you say, ooh, yeah, let's go, yeah, I can't wait. Nuh-uh. It's definitely not that. And I realized that maybe I need to recognize it as that. And understand that everything can't be whoop, whoop, Jeffrey, fun. Did I say I was live on Memorex? Just in case. Because this thing, don't tell me it moved again. It did again. Look at that. See, it went off. When I hit it like that, it went off. Now I just put it back on. Yeah, we got to work on that. Probably maybe even time for another one. I think I got my use out of it. It still works, but like with my laptop, the bottom row of letters with M and C and V don't work consistently. And I think I might replace the keyboard because it doesn't do it when I put external keyboard. I use external keyboard, it works. I did the BIOS, updated the BIOS, and ran the diagnostics on it, but I think it's the keyboard. I might take the keyboard, take the laptop apart, unseed and reseed the keyboard cables or whatever. See what's up. But either way, I can't. My tools have to function. It's intolerable. They don't function the way they should. If I'm hitting the M and it's not happening, then I gotta stop and hold it down to hit it and do stuff to make it work. No, I don't tolerate that. At least I'm not used to. It retired me, who knows? Another thing about retired me, I went another day. Yesterday, I don't think I spent any money. So that's good, I think. Yesterday was no out-of-pocket expenditures. I don't think. Because I ain't doing nothing, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't starting the car, I ain't wasting gas. I went grocery shopping, so I got food, everything at the house, pretty much. So it's like I said, I think it's an adjustment period. So I like using the word equilibrium for some reason. Finding my balance, find out my routine, find out who and what I am in my new circumstance, et cetera, et cetera. And I'll get there. Like I said, it's not any pain. I think all my heavy duty business stuff is taken care of. I'm pretty much straight as far as all that goes. I do need to call probably as soon as I get off here, I might call my financial advisor, talk to him, let him know. Gotta let him know my plans. Because there's like X amount of dollars that I got in cash in my 401k or my retirement. In fact, I'm even gonna ask him what it's called. I don't know if it's my 401k, my retirement. People ask me, my brokerage. I don't know. I don't know the formal definition of it. But I might wanna know that. I just might wanna know that. So, yeah, I should call him, at least call him. And then, gotta pack my stuff up to leave tomorrow. Hopefully, the idea is to leave before traffic. It's nice to leave at about, you wanna leave before traffic. Because at 210, going east in the afternoon and in the morning is like too much. Because of the everybody going from LA back out into the San Gabriel Valley. I remember on the Fridays, I used to go to my mother when she used to live in Rancho Cucamonga and some Loma Linda. But mostly it was back way before. Going from basically when I stayed in Pasadena and stuff. And out this way and going back that way. 210, you just couldn't get on it after a certain time. 3, 4 o'clock, forget it, don't even get on it. Don't even think about it. So we get out there, it's gonna be 5 days out there. That's a long time. That is a long time. And what I might do is break it up. Because I really don't like being out there. Number one, I don't like being out of my sanctuary, out of my space. I love where I live. I love the way it's set up. I'm not bothered, and bothered may not be the right word, but I'm not distracted by anything else. And I'm in my space and it's set up the way I want it. I just love being there, number one. Number two, I never really did like going out to the undisclosed location anyway, even back in the day. Before, when my mother was healthy and, active and doing stuff, it's just a different vibe. Plus, who wants to hang out with their mother? Either way, there's a hierarchy. And I'm used to being in control, complete control. And I've maybe even set my life up to maximize the time I can have that. From where I live and how I live and this and that and this and that. Because when I come in the house and I shut that door, in my mind, there will be no distractions. Nobody knocking on that door. And when they do, I let them know, don't make a habit out of this. I ain't friendly like that. I'm cool, I'll watch out for you. Hopefully you watch out for me. I'll grab your mail. If the delivery person couldn't get it inside, I'll bring it in the house, bring it in the apartment, set up there for you to find it. This and that, I'll help you out there and this and that, but ain't gonna be no conversations. Because when I come in through those doors, since I don't have a standalone house where I can't keep everybody out, actually I could just stay in my apartment and open the door, somebody knock on it. But there's less control in an apartment building of how you meet, the chances of running into people. Like if I'm in a standalone house, I pull in my driveway, I shouldn't be running into nobody. But in an apartment, pulling in, I don't run into people that much, and it's nothing I'm not complaining about it, it's no big deal. It's not that the neighbors bug me or they too loud or anything. It's not that at all. It's just the idea of having complete control of that space. And the noise in it, the sounds in it. Because, and one of the things with me, my mother had a TV on all the time. It's her thing. She don't got much else. But she want that TV. She said, put my bikers on. She just gotta have something on all the time. She done wore out a TV. She wore out a TV. She done wore out phone chargers, cables. Cause they're on 24 hours all the time. And she'd put them on, she sleep with them on, and her hearing's going, so it's loud. And I'm really just not used to that. I am really not used to that. So I'm in there, I can hear TV from my room upstairs. I mean, you just barely hear the background with it, but you can still hear it. And I'm not used to that. And then just being in a space with other people, where I have to be considerate of other people. Not used to that either. Being considerate. Compromise is a strong word. I wouldn't even call it compromise. But, you live with, it's not my house. It's not my house. Even though I'm probably responsible for it. Very much more than most people. It's not mine. I don't run it. And they got a way of doing things and handling things and where they put things. And I don't want to come in and disrupt it. I don't want to come in and disrupt the flow that they already got. But also, because of the administrative responsibility being my mother's power of attorney and being one of the people in a position to make executive and authoritative decisions based on her, because she is somewhat limited in her capacity. And that actually includes an understanding what's going on and how things work and this and that. And, you know, it's her money, but she may or may not have the best idea of how to spend that money in a modern world and this and that and what's going on out there. There's certain decisions that she got to make and may or may not have the complete information. Plus, you know, she's losing her independence. Her independence is just about gone. There is no more. There's nothing she can do on her own anymore. Because even if she orders something from Amazon Instacart, one of us got to go pick it up. Even from the front door, open it and do everything. So her independence is just about done. And then I realized I have to, or I should, try to be more considerate of that. Because it may be callous and it may be cold, but I look at this as a return on investment. Because she'll say, well, I did all this for you, and I did all that for me. Well, number one, you chose to have me, and you assumed that responsibility. You took on that responsibility. Now, I don't want to say that, in a way I do, in a way I don't want to say, I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask to be your son. But that's, you know, that's just, I could say that just as an argument, but once I turn around and say that the person I am and the life I live is the best thing in this universe for me. When I say that being Jeffery is the greatest thing in this universe, and that she and my father, and maybe her especially, had a lot to do with that. I owe her everything. There's no doubt about that. You know, I owe her everything. There's no doubt about that. I owe her so much. But should I? Should or obligated or what? You just gotta do what's in your heart. You just gotta do what's in your heart, and it's on an individual basis. And I know that. But I just like to talk it over to see where I stand, and weigh it out. You know, see if there's something I could be doing, maybe I should be doing, get a better understanding. Because, and I'll kind of cut right to it, it also may be a function or a part of the responsibility of the family to let people know when it's time to go. I mean, because it gets to a point where, it has to get to a point where, it could, or should I say, it could get to a point where the whole family is like, you know, everybody just worn out and burnt out from having to, you know, maintenance and take care of her. Because she ain't that shy about calling your ass. And her speech is going, so it's like, ugh, ugh. And you come down there and she just start pointing at stuff and not talking or telling you what you want. And they're getting frustrated because you don't understand. It's not easy. It's not easy. And I'm sitting there watching her where she can't really feed herself, and it's just, sometimes I come down there, there's food everywhere and all on her face, and I gotta clean her up, and she wanted to be moved and rolled over and this and that. I don't do diapers. I cut that off early. I said, nope, I ain't changing no diapers. So even, whoops, I kind of let that slip. Kinda. I have to change the diaper, so that kind of lets you know where we're at with all this. And then paying all these people to come in here and do this, paying somebody gotta be there 24 hours a day. It's a lot. It's a lot. And it's And a lot has been on my sister. I try to do what I can to give her a break. My niece, she needs help herself. 24 years old, she needs to find out what's going on in life and how she gonna function in this life. What part she gonna play. Talking about, I'm only 24 years old. I said, you can't use that no more. That ain't young no more. You only can say that if you're out there on the grind. Like I told her, I said, you can't say it takes a village to raise a child. The child can't say it takes a village to raise it. The child is not supposed to rely on that or even basically know about it. And I think a lot of her situation, I think a lot of her co-worker and generation are going through, because I basically think they've been taught how to be victims, or they've been taught how to recognize microaggressions and recognize this and recognize that, and like hypersensitive to it. So any little thing to jump off, they react in a victim way. But I'm sure there's some out there who go aggressive. They go in attack mode for unnecessary reasons. But that's a whole different story. So it's tough, you know, and me, I'm just not used to being of service to anyone. I just can't do it. I'm just not, no, I don't want to be of service. I'm not an of service person. Mainly, got to the point in my last job, I just couldn't be that person no more. I couldn't. That's why I really mainly quit. I couldn't. The calls. Here, can you help me? Can you help me? I need this. Oh my God, how come this? And I don't want to sound like the population sounds like that, but those are the ones that stand out of my mind. Oh my God, yeah, I need to pick this up. Oh. And it's really not like that most of the time. It's just that those are the ones that are like blaring in my memory, in my head. And I'm like, to the point where I dread it. I dreaded taking calls. And it was definitely all in my head, because I don't want to get that call. And it's probably a lot of pressure I put on myself. The accomplishment to get the job done, to be able to complete it. The confidence. That and probably just not caring. Keep going, keep going. Right. There you go. Yeah, keep going. Oh! Yeah, I was watching, little boy was riding his bike. It looked like a real small boy, small bike, no training wheels. Granddaughter got a bike, but she ain't getting it. I even noticed on the other bikes and stuff, there's something she ain't getting. And it's, my ex-wife said, here it says like the balance and something else. Yeah, the balance is, yeah, it's that thing. You know, she's relying on the bike to do all the work. Something like that. And she ain't getting it. She probably don't even seem like she might not even like riding bikes. You know, but she'll get it. I've seen her do stuff like that before, to where she was like scared of something or apprehensive or didn't get it. And then, like literally, the second time they do it, it's big difference. Big difference. Like, we went into the petting zoo at Cleveland, the petting park at Cleveland Zoo. And it was her first time. I didn't realize it's first time. She like 3 or 2, like the animals are bigger than her. And I'm like, come on, you know, they ain't gonna mess with you, blah, blah, blah. She was scared. I drug her in there. I said, look at the ghost, look at the ghost. She was scared. But you know, then she kind of loosened up a little bit. You know, walked around a little even by herself. And I think then we went and we ate something, you know, just kind of stepped out of it. I said, oh, want to go back? And I think we ate right by where the ghost, where the petting zoo was. So we went in again. Second time she was much more comfortable. You know, not totally comfortable, but much more comfortable. She went in, you know, bunch of stuff like that where, you know, I gotta remind myself, this is the first time she's ever done this or seen this, ever. Like, I was just at home and I gave her a hard-boiled egg. I said, you never had a hard-boiled egg before? And I showed it to her. And I showed her how to peel it. And she, you know, took the shell off. You know, it was the first time doing it. You know, considering it was the first time doing it, she did pretty good. You know, wasn't too much of the yolk torn apart. You know, she did pretty good. Not the yolk, what's the white stuff around this? And then she got out, she didn't want to eat the yellow part. She just wanted to eat the white part. And then, I guess, after I got back a few years later, you know, 4-year-old being a 4-year-old, I want a hard-boiled egg. She probably even, I wanted to hear how she said it, if she remembered how to even say it right. I want it, but you know, Kimberly understood what she wanted a hard-boiled egg. So I guess, and then I guess her grandmother made her one. Super grandma. Thank God for super grandma. I'll say that out loud. Terry crazy. Everybody know Terry crazy. Terry been crazy since high school. I knew that when I married her. I didn't know how crazy she was when I married her, but she let me know. We figured out police visits, nights in jail. We've been through it all. We have been through it all. And I'm looking back, we were young. We were young. We had 2 children. It seemed to turn out okay. You know? And I say okay, because, you know, and also, my kids turned out okay. At least they were given an opportunity to turn out okay. You know, we did what we could to at least make sure they had an opportunity to turn out okay now. Whether they wanted to do that, whatever's in their head, whatever their personality or intentions lead them to be or to do, that's something you almost can't, you know, you gotta leave that up to fate. See, look at him. I wonder if I can do this. You can see it. You see him riding the bike. Yeah, well, I got a 4-year-old who doesn't get this part at all. They think the bike is gonna do all the work. Right. You gotta like go out there.
Well, this guy's already 7, so.
Oh really?
A little bit more.
Oh yeah. You should be riding way better. You should be ready.
Yes,
you should be ready for the Tour de France.
A little delayed.
Yeah.
We're catching up.
Yeah, it's the new generation.
Yes.
Oh wow, he was 7? Jesus Christ, he's tiny. Did you see that? He's 7. Granddaughter 4, she big as he is. But he was doing okay. You know, see how tiny he was? My God. Anyway. This is the Jewish thing down here. When I'm walking down here, all the years and stuff, I come down here, you see them like on Fridays or certain days where all the kids be riding scooters. I guess they're not allowed to use motorized vehicles and they gotta walk or something. You see them with their little yarmulkes on or whatever they call them, you know, traditional Jewish attire, the black and white suits or whatever. And they all be up and down here. It's just part of it, you know, it's part of being in Southern California. Place where I love. Place where I love. I'm sitting there, you know, I'm watching TV and they mention the city I live in. They show places I've been. They show places where I worked at. The other day they showed the building I used to work in. And, you know, I get a big kick out of that. That's, you know, that's my thing, you know. But I don't work there no more, so. But I can say I worked in that building for X amount of years. I worked in that building for X amount of years. A few buildings like that I see on TV. Or, you know, if they have a sporting event out here, they go to Venice Beach or this or that. Ventura Boulevard, just Hollywood Fly, you know. I feel I'm definitely a part of it, but lived out here for 40 years. Been all over the place. I'm sure that I just thought about the Temple Bar down in Santa Monica is gone. But I was just wondering, going forward, would anything I did there, I just got an idea. Go to my webpage, go to my events page, copy all that text, get all that text in AI. That way I can do analytics and stuff on it of all the places I've been under my events page. Because basically, everywhere, you know, it's just wherever I went, everything I've done. I put in, not everything, certain things, you know, I just don't put in, but travel, and this place, that place, concerts. It's all documented. So I just thinking about, I want to take it and drop it in AI, Chat GPT, what is it called? Artificial intelligence, large language models? What is it called? Drop it in AI, drop it in Chat GPT, drop it in Copilot. What's the Copilot and Chat GPT called? What are those called? GPTs? I don't know. Because I got Note GTP, Note GPT, Copilot, and I just signed up for OpenAI, Chat GPT, get it 1 month free. Cause I was doing some pictures and I hit my limit for the day. They said, you're on the free plan, you have to wait so many hours before you can do some more pictures. And then I was already sitting there seeing that I can get a free month and they go to $20 a month. And I'm already committed to going to $20 a month, paying that, because I want to fully exploit OpenAI and ChatGPT and make it do work for me. You're okay. You're okay, buddy. You're okay. So I'm working with Copilot and OpenAI, ChatGPT. I just gotta get my, and if, so for coming out of here, being over here all this time, that would be a big deal if I could pull that off. If I could be productive over these, because my sister's going to Vegas, give her some time off. spend some time with my mother. And I do feel like I should spend time with my mother. I guess I could put it that way. I think I can actually put it that way. I do feel like I should spend time with my mother. Obligatory may not be the word. Obligated, I definitely don't like that word. I don't believe in that. Unless it's something I signed up for. Unless it's something I verbally said, okay, I commit to it. I commit to this. But something that isn't, that I didn't commit to, well, I can make it, but I got time. I ain't got nothing else to do. What the heck I'm gonna run for? I can still make it. Here we go again. See, like it says 11 minutes. I can still make it, but oh, that's 14. I mean 17. 2, 1, 0. All right. All right. But see, I got all day. I'm in no rush. So I could just, you know, I'm in no rush. I can stop and smell the flowers, or whatever the word is. Cause I don't got to be anywhere at a certain time. I don't have to punch in or punch out, or so I can take the time and enjoy this moment, just to stand here. And as many times as I've crossed this corner and stood here. Because I'm always thinking, you know, next one. You know what? You know, I always got like a routine. It's boom, 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 boom. And then try to maximize that time. To whereas now, I'm in a position to where I can kind of, you know, just take it easy, take it a little bit easy. And enjoy it. You know, I love documenting too. You know, I absolutely love documenting. Here's where the coyotes be. I mean, it's a good life. It's a good life. And I do feel like I'm coming out of it. I was laying in the bed today. I don't know why I'm sleeping. I wake up at 7:30, whatever. 7:30 is my always wake up time. I roll over. I'll, you know, may scroll a little bit. Because it just feels so good just laying there. Quiet. I got the blackout curtains going on with just enough light coming in to let me know, you know, a new day has begun. And it's cool, it's not hot. I'm just laying there, I got my pillow set up and mattress feeling right. I gotta flip the mattress, come to think about it. I gotta start flipping that thing more often. And it just feels good just to be. I enjoy just being. Just feeling myself breathe, experience the breathing, just how my body feels. And enjoying just feeling my body. And what it's doing. And then putting it in the scope of everything, of who I am, where I am, what I got going on, what I've accomplished, my prior experiences, and how they've built me up to where I am now. See, just doing stuff. I got time. I'm out here. I'm present. I think I'm becoming more and more present. Can I say that? I think I'm becoming more and more present. And it took a while. It's been about a month since I quit. May 14th. I think today's June 17th. It's been a little over a month. And it's hit me, and I want to talk about it. It's having to go out there, undisclosed location, and spend time with my mother. And I say having to, because I don't want to. It's not something I don't want to do. It's something I don't want to do. I'd rather stay in my house. And like I said, it's number one, staying in my house is probably the best thing. Even compared to like going to a concert or going to a show or going out to dinner or this or that, I still, even if it's something fun and exciting, a lot of times I'm cool just being in my apartment. Let alone have to go out there and deal with an unpleasant situation. Not that my mother's unpleasant, she's very, considering what she's going through. I think she's a trooper and a fighter. Considering what she's going through, I don't know how I would be if I couldn't even feed myself. I mean, it's to the point she can't use her hands to be on it. Use her tablet anymore. She used to play games. She can't do that anymore. She could barely just get something to drink, reach over, get her liquids and this or that. And I don't know how you live through that. And maybe not so much for her, but for me, I was wondering, how do they handle this? How does the medical profession handle this? Say a person, my mother asked my mother, she told me. I said, what if a person's in so much pain and agony or something? I'm sure we're not allowed to kill them. You know, doctor-assisted suicide or whatever. Let them go. She said they put him in a coma. She said they put him in a coma. I mean, what happens? You know, you get to a point where you can even go the direction of brain dead. They're alive on, you know, machines keeping them alive. Because there's no activity. I mean, at what point, I guess that was my question, at what point does the medical profession or medical industry say, you know, you can go? I guess probably at no time. It might not be any time ever. But that's why I don't euthanasia or assisted suicide. I'm definitely a fan of that. But that's just me. Saying that right now. And I said, I don't know what I'll think, and I'm not even gonna try to say what I think until I'm in that situation. Because my mother's still fighting it. She's still going. She's still thinking this, thinking that. And a bunch of times she'll say this and that, and I'm like, ain't no way, lady, you ain't doing that. Stop wasting my time. And that's kind of in a, I don't know, I just say cruel way, so y'all don't think I'm some kind of monster. But that's what it comes down to. What did I say? Is it worth it? What's it for? What did I call it? Is it worth my time? Yeah, is it worth my time? That's a good way to put it. Is this, what's all this for? Why are we going through all this? You know, what are we doing all this for? What's the goal? What are we trying to accomplish here? For me, I don't see a not successful ending, because it'll be a successful ending, because I feel that, you know, we're on this planet, we live our life from beginning to end, and we create a body of work. Whatever we did influence, whatever we left behind, whatever our effect was on the universe and people and things around us, that's your body of work. That, again, successful is subjective. Whatever, if the person feels they were successful in what they were doing, they accomplished, that's up to them. Only they can determine that. I look at my life. There's a goal I want to get to. There's something I want to create and have established. And that's basically a easily navigatable and understandable outline or explanation of my philosophies and principles and ideas and theories and hypotheses. That's what I want to create. The idea is to create this thing where somebody click on jeffreytv.com and they're led through my idea of what I think is important in life and the things that I discovered to be true in my reality and why I think this is that and this and that and why I think we should not that I think how we should act or what we should do, because you can't make anybody do what you want them to do. To me, I guess the goal is to get them to change their mind about it. And if they can't, so be it. But that's my goal, not to say, all right, you got to stop doing that. No. My thing is, why do you do that? Because this. It's been shown and proven that if you do that, this is going to happen. And you want to accomplish this, but you're doing that. And experience and science and data shows that that doesn't accomplish that. Or something like that, I would never tell anybody to stop doing what they're doing, but I will criticize it, destroy the logic, rip it apart. And I won't call it stupid either. That's just not my style. Best I can say is I don't understand it. Best I can say is I don't understand how that's gonna work. That's the best I can say. I don't understand how that's gonna work for you. I don't see the reasoning in your ideas here. And whatever you leave on this planet is hopefully what you wanted to leave. And it's definitely my goal to leave what I want to leave. I have an intention. So when it's all over and said and done, and it's announced, in fact, I'm gonna put it in my thing, in my obituary. I want jeffreytv.com. In my obituary, I want jeffreytv.com. In fact, I want that on my gravestone. Yep, jeffreytv.com. And see, once I do that, so now I got to go and make sure jeffreytv.com will exist forever. So that means setting up a trust fund or something that will pay my internet bill forever. Or maybe put it someplace where, they just hold it for you. I think archive.org does that. where you can look up websites and such that are no longer active, I guess, or something like that. Anyway, but I want to definitely have copies or something, or maybe, and oh yeah, I just thought of this too. I probably need to write all this stuff down. Build a file, some kind of archive that can be downloaded. Put that on the website where people can download it and go through it at their leisure. And basically it's just what I think, what I feel, my ideas. I don't know, I got a strong inclination, I got a drive. This is my motivation to do that. Where'd that come from? Why is that in me? Everybody ain't gonna have that. But that's what I got. That's what I feel like doing. Some people wanna do other stuff. Some people wanna learn how to do this. Some people wanna learn how to do that. Who can tell? Who can say? Like they said, Sam Harris always says, there's no free will. Sure, you can like anything you want. No, you're free to like and choose whatever you know, whatever. But what determines what you like? If you think about it, you may not have the free will to like what you like. What you like might already be subconscious. I don't want to use the word predetermined. But more like, you know, before subconscious, before you're actually thinking about it, you already, you don't determine what you like. So we all got a thing. And hopefully you can find your thing. I think that's one of my main points of my philosophy and everything. To find your thing. That's the goal. Determine what it is for you. Determine what moves you, what you want to do. What's your inclination to do or to be or to go and all that. Whatever moves you, whatever motivates you. I know I seem to have an idea what motivates me. And it's Jeffery. Jeffery. I had some good ideas. I need to write those down. Need to put them in my OneNote. Create a standalone package. I guess it could be make it a zip file, downloadable. I guess I could put a PowerPoint in there or something. Or some kind of, interactive. And even it could connect to the internet and do this and all that. It could be interactive and just get an idea of what I'm trying to lay out to the world, if I could put it that way. So, and I'm really, really, really not used to doing stuff I don't want to do. And I could say no. I could easily say, no, I ain't coming. I ain't doing this no more. But I do feel obligated to a point, or responsible. Maybe responsible is the word. Somewhat responsible. To support my mother, help my mother out, help my sister out, basically. Basically, it's more help my sister out. take some pressure off of her. So I was telling her, you need to take care of yourself. Something happened to you, we in trouble. Because she in control of so much and handling so much. And then, regardless of how I look at it or not, responsibility sometimes falls on you whether you want it or not. So I try to prepare for all that. Unforeseen obligations. But like I said, I feel okay. I think I'm starting to come out of it more and more. I admit, I think I'm starting to come out of it more and more. But I still love laying in the bed till 11:30. 11:30 seems to be my get-up time. And then see how I go to sleep till 2 or 3 in the morning. Which, that's neither here nor there. That's really neither here nor there. The scheduling or the cycle or the routine or pattern, sleep patterns. Whew. So I'll get one more day. I can be over there for 18th to the 23rd. Jesus Christ. It's a long time. But again, I can do anything I want. I'm capable, I'm this and that. I also gotta figure something out. I went to a library last time. I went to a library. I was just bored, just to do something, It's kind of cool. I was just, the library I went to, they had animals in there. I was thinking, oh, I'll take granddaughter. What if I take granddaughter to the library? She know how to act. She wouldn't, she's a kid, so she's gonna get a little loud, excited every now and then. But I could hear her trying to whisper here in her quiet inside voice. She'll pick up on the surroundings and get an idea, what's going on. She'll read the room. And of course, every now and then she'll be getting to get excited, but for the most part, So that should be fun. She's coming out here. Gotta get her room and stuff ready. I don't even know what time, since I ain't working or nothing, I didn't even check to see what time they land or anything. I guess it don't matter. I'm like all wide open. Probably work with get that room cleaned out. We're gonna have a full house. And then my mother being self-conscious about her condition, her speech, and her this and that, being really self-conscious about it. Like, I tell her, look, I said, you've done it all. You've done everything for everybody. We owe you. We are in awe of where you're at, basically, what you're going through. You don't owe us nothing. you can do anything you want, and we appreciate it because of what you're going through and what you did for all of us and all of that. Don't be self-conscious. But still, you know, it's just the way where we come from, how we handle things where we come from. Compassion, I'm not even sure existed in our vocabulary. Compassion was so far behind. It was more about accomplishment, correction, adjustment. It's more about getting it fixed, getting it corrected, getting it done. Getting a solution. So go out there and do that. It's just boring out there. Even though I stay in the house and don't do nothing here, there's energy. There's an energy. Even though I'm locked up in my house, blackout curtains, whatever, there's an energy. My mother said, "You don't like it out here." I said, "No, I never liked it out here. It's too quiet. It's a different kind of thing. It's a different kind of vibe, everything. So I've never liked it out here." And one time she asked me about that. And I told her, I said, you know, and that same day I went home. And I got home, I was putting stuff away, you know, doing this, doing that. And I had the door open, and somebody was playing some kind of vibey music across the street or someplace. And there's been times when stuff like that has irritated me. Get off my damn lawn, you damn kids. But this was pleasant. It was just, you know, I left the window open a little bit and just vibing to the music. That don't happen out where she at, for whatever reason. So I'll take all my stuff out there, set up in the room. Because remember, I used to work out there. So there's a monitor out there, TV, a nice little setup, a desk, table, chair. Got a routine, a plan, a setup. So I could probably sit out there and get some work done. That'd be good if I could just get some kind of productivity done. Get something going in a direction. That's the idea. Get something going in a direction. Because right now, I guess technically I'm going in a direction. Just not going at it with that much determination or vigor. I hope this thing is recording audio. I think it is. So let me check this. What if this is off? Oh my God. Nope, it's on. Good. So I think this was a pretty good one. How long? A minute 14, an hour 14. Ooh, a long one. Hour 14 is a long one. I must feel pretty good. So it didn't hop over, nice. And I just picture in my mind, you know, what the plan is, what I gotta do. All I gotta do is do this, and I get this done. When I get to this date, this time, it's over. I just gotta get through it. I fantasize about when it's over. And now, that I'm not working, now that I'm not working, I'm just thinking about it. I might not be able to afford, if we need to put her in a home or something, I might not be able to afford that. Yeah, it's definitely something. It's definitely something. Anyways, swinging on y'all 2 times. For me, for the funk, and for every elementary particle that has ever existed in any atom, in this or in any universe that ever was, is, or will be. The totality of it all, a theory of universe. Hypothesis, all as one. My name is Jeffery.